Hey everybody, this is Daniel over here at the Portland Tai Chi Academy. I'm here with Ray. Ray's been one of our longtime students. Ray, can you tell a little bit about how you got into the practice and your experience with it?
I got into Tai Chi after doing a Muay Thai class and sticking around, and I saw one of the Tai Chi people, a lot more advanced one, come in and do a really advanced Tai Chi form. And I'd always thought that Tai Chi was kind of like frou-frou nonsense, like a non-functional or whatever, I guess is like its reputation in my head, and didn't feel very utilitarian subsequently. So I watch him do this form and I think, well, that guy knows something I don't. And so I stuck around for the class, and the professor had us do a standing meditation. Where you kind of stand in a certain posture, holding your palm, they call it, for 15 minutes, I think, about 15 or 20 minutes. And that was harder than any Muay Thai class I'd ever done, or any strength training thing, any kind of athletic thing I'd ever done. And I was kind of hooked. It's hard to describe the feeling it kind of gives me, but because I think it is probably really different or individual for each person. And very subtle, so it almost doesn't even feel like it's worth describing in a way, verbally.
Yeah.
But it's had a tremendous effect on my whole life, very resounding influence. It feels just on how I conduct myself professionally and personally, and
Great.
And my other martial arts my Muay Thai and even my strength training, everything.
Yeah.
It's almost it's ridiculous. It sounds almost ridiculous because it's
too good to be true.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, I was gonna ask you to go down that rabbit hole a little bit of how it's affected you in your life, and how the Tai Chi practice is kind of puts things together. Is that kind of what you're?
Yeah, it kind of shows. Yeah, it draws my brain into kind of a state of mind that's trying to make I don't know, more grand connections, and not even trying to make them, rather, but just trying to see them. Trying to observe them,
Yes.
And man, well, I was watching somebody do it the other day, and I was doing Tai Chi before class, and I thought because to the layman, Tai Chi probably looks it's just you're just doing kind of something nonsensical with your body,
Yeah.
And I kind of realized, I was well, that's almost it. It's if you can trick yourself, or if you can believe in doing something and taking it really seriously and intent with a lot of intention, that may or may not be totally ridiculous and totally a waste of time, and you might never amount to anything with it. That's you can do anything. It's so you could learn how to code, something real. You could learn biochemistry or whatever, because again, people will say, me myself, I was the first one to say Tai Chi was kind of this frou-frou, I don't believe in it kind of thing, but it's I've been doing it for almost 2 years now. I don't think I'm ever gonna stop. Because it is just this. Yeah, it's an indefinable feeling that really almost just feels so enabling, though, and so.
And maybe thinking about it from listening to you, it's a different sense of self.
Yes.
Right? So having that positive awareness and using that awareness to kind of build on a foundation of intent, like you're saying.
Yeah.
And not to cut into obviously for what you're talking about, but the intent is the big part that we're always trying to teach, right? It's putting your full intention and effort into something, and that's in itself is an amazing skill to have, because like you said, it translates over to every part of your life. Exactly. Whether that be cooking or whatever other skill. Talking
to your boss.
Yep.
I mean, there's so many different situations that normally I think would be nerve-wracking, or I don't even know, that just no, this is having just an intention that's soft, stable intention is and it's very. I'm sure there are other ways to try to cultivate it within yourself, define it, but I don't. This is one worked so well.
Yes,
it continues.
It spoke your language, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool. As much as you're learning about it, it's grounding you. It's giving you a good foundation for everything, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, cool. So I guess continuing with your Tai Chi and your experience and doing it, have you seen it affect? Like you said, you also do Muay Thai as well. How is that kind of connected with you? How does that feel like it's?
Oh, the two most obvious things to me are conditioning and power. I exert so much less energy when I'm not directly exchanging with somebody, in a sparring round or whatever. And then learning how to relax my body and relax my muscles has just made it so, at least on the pads, or the bag, it feels my power increased, but I mean, I would almost say like double.
Double.
And I
Yeah.
haven't gained any weight or like, you know, I haven't like put on muscle mass or anything.
Yeah.
Like it's literally just learning the places where you're kind of fighting yourself, you know, and like, and tensing where you don't need to be tensing. Like I always imagine like my friend and I, we went to the park one day, did kettlebell swings. And sometimes when you do kettlebell swings, you throw them and catch them and you miss them sometimes, right? And 20-pound kettlebell, heavy, not crazy, right?
Yeah.
You think about 20 pounds right now, whatever. You watch that thing hit dirt, it makes the deep hole, right? Like it digs in. I was like, well, my arm weighs 15 pounds. If I can make my arm like dead metal and throw it into something, like it's gonna do that.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna do what literally dead weight landing in dirt or flesh is gonna do, right? So yeah, like that is how I like make sense of the power part. But yeah, conditioning, yeah, those are the two most obvious things for sure.
Yeah. I guess maybe a little bit more into it now that we're kind of talking about it. Can you speak about your experience with the Muay Thai? Like, I guess in terms of what originally brought you into that, and then kind of the overall journey. Because I remember, but just for the folks to...
What brought me in originally to Muay Thai?
Muay Thai, yeah. Because that was the first thing you did. This was, 2 years ago, right before COVID?
Well, yeah, I was Jesus, my life story. So I'm from town, like 600 people, and I was before COVID, I was planning on moving to Paris, fell through, so I switched to Los Angeles, you know, next best thing, and I was gonna go, and kind of in the couple months I was planning it, I kind of got obsessed with watching like boxing videos, and I was like, and I'm the type of guy where it's like, I'm like a doer, like I'm almost to a fault, I can't watch stuff, you know, I just have to go like practice it if I'm gonna get into something, so I came here and I just like called one day, you know, and they left a message, and I stopped by, like met Daniel, and we got in the ring, and he just had me do some basic stuff, and I'd like done Taekwondo when I was like from the age of like 6 to probably 10 or something. I was like a black belt, you know, but kind of a McDojo situation, and like I just remember ducking straight right and smiling.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, they got me, you know? Because I had been doing a lot of like strength training, kind of gymnastic style, like calisthenic training. And I really do, I still kind of do that and practice it. It's super satisfying and cool and exciting, but it's not the same. It doesn't make me feel like as enlivened as Muay Thai, especially. And Tai Chi too, I mean, incorporates like partners and another person, but that is something, one of the main things that I really appreciate about Muay Thai is the aspect of it that is like a relationship, like a physical relationship with another person, like a different person each class. Yeah. And you learn, I don't know, just a lot. I mean, about Muay Thai, but about other people too. Learning how to read other people exactly, like in the street and in like social interactions or, you know, wherever it is. And I think that in and of itself is like really valuable for like, I mean, everything, just how to like treat people and how to have like a more like clear intention that you can like believe in and act on it, you know, and like have a better just sense of like observation of like the world. Yeah.
No, that's great. Well, thank you for the insights and those stories and all of that. It's all like every student has their own kind of experience with it. Yeah. You know, we've had long conversations about this, you know, off the camera and everything about learning and growing with martial arts, but it's good to. It's good for other people to hear it and feel like they kind of like, oh, okay, that seems like a journey I want to take, you know. Yeah. It's good. So. Oh, yeah. I mean, everybody I know who's like, oh, come on, photo. You should do it, dude. Like, it's the hardest part. What are you doing? You know, it's okay. But funny stuff like that, I guess. Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it.